Welcome back. Today's episode will be somewhat brief because the material in which I wish to discuss shan't take me too long to unfold. So here we go. Today I'll be discussing, by way of comparisons, the eerily similar behavior between the brazenly inappropriate Netflix movie titled Cuties and The Last of Us 2. Yes, there are comparisons to be made between the two, unfortunately, and I'd really like to stop talking about that game, but anyway. First, allow me to ask you a question. Do you remember when What's-His-Face begged gamers to just play The Last of Us 2? Do you remember how the Toad lied about the leaks not being a proper representation of the full game? If you don't recall all that stuff, here's a quick refresher. Unsurprisingly, the creators of this abomination, known as Cuties, claims that their poster wasn't a full representation of their movie. In an article by The Sun, it reads, "In a statement, Netflix said, 'This was not an accurate representation of the film, so the image and description has been updated.'" This is comparison number one. They both claim that certain aspects of their advertising, or in the case of The Last of Us 2, it would be the leaks, are not full representations of their final product. We all know that's false, but let's ignore comparison one for just one moment while I make this salient point. 11-year-old girls should not be wearing skin-tight clothes whilst dancing provocatively on screen. And when I say dancing provocatively on screen, I do mean dry humping the floor. 11-year-old girls, at least in my day, used to wear Oshkosh bagosh while playing outside catching bugs, or they'd ride their bike over to their bestie's house to play hopscotch or kickball. And there's no amount of gaslighting or propaganda that's going to change my mind about that. And here comes comparison number two. This one's fun. Both products were review-bombed, so they claim. And that's their argument. We review-bombed Cuties because we're all big fat mini poo-poo faces. It has nothing to do with the fact that Cuties exploits 11-year-old kids. No, that's just a conspiracy. Oh, and speaking of conspiracies, here's comparison number three. It's all a right-wing conspiracy to hate Cuties. That's it. There you go, folks. How can you argue with logic like that? You sure ripped the mask right off our collective faces this time, Scooby. I'm sure it has absolutely nothing to do with the mass population of planet Earth agreeing with one accord that movies, like Cuties, have no place to even exist. Whenever they speak, they lie. When their lies fail, they play the blame game. This is a trend that you will notice over and over and over again. Now here's kind of a summary of my opinions about this whole debacle. This is all about abiding by their rules of engagement. And you don't have to abide by their pernicious rules of engagement. Remember how I said in previous videos that it's up to you to decide what to or not to watch or play. The incredibly perverted minds behind Cuties are now trying to pull the same crap that Naughty Dog and Sony pulled with The Last of Us 2. These certain people run through their book of tricks in exactly the same way every single time. These people are manipulative, morally bankrupt, degenerate, agenda-driven liars. It's hard for me to not notice the same behavioral patterns and traits in these people because they keep doing the same things over and over again. It's kind of easy to spot. And just for kicks, check out this headline. Watch Cuties for yourself, then apologize to whatever her name is. Not a chance in hell. It's time we rid ourselves of these miscreants. Vote them out. Don't give them your money. Stop buying their products. Cancel Netflix. Say what you mean and mean what you say. And do it loudly so they can hear you. This movie, Cuties, sickens me. And it should sicken you as well. Have fun losing, Hollywood. That's all I got for today. If you like what you hear, do all the socials. Do the thing.